Hi, I'm Jean, and thank you for coming in. This video will be on setting up an altar or a sacred ritual or spell space. Now, regardless of what your spiritual practices or your religious beliefs are, this sacred space can be used on any deity or spirituality or religion that you follow, or can be an idea for an ancestral altar, which is a place of respect and love and reverence for your loved ones that have passed on or your ancestors. So this is not a pagan witchcraft a specific type of situation. This can be used for many examples for different many spiritual practices, meditation, healing situations, however you would like to do it. This is an example of a 3-tiered altar that I have in one of my sacred spaces. And I did it this way because this is actually a working, constant, real sacred space, magical area. But it also has 3 different ways to tell people or give you an example of how you can set up your sacred space and your magical area at home. The first tier is my family space, or the people that I have workings going on for them right now. And I turn their pictures around because for their privacy. And I'll bring you in a little closer. So we have different areas for each different person. And each one has separation stones to make sure that they don't cross with each other. And then you can put on any altar or spiritual space, you can find these little LED lights. And this one is a prayer and a specific working. And the ones behind her are family members. And they all have their own individual space and working area. Different crystals. There's black salt in there. All kinds of good stuff like that. And we have flowers and plants here. And the goddess and the so the masculine and feminine god goddess set up here, or Jesus and Mary. And it's set intentions with healing and love. We have, a specific, what is that green crystal called that is so expensive? Anyway, it's in there. And her name and her intentions and her crystals are in this box, surrounded with love. And then we have these delicate little flowers that grow here in my property that have been dried out, for each having their own intentions, okay? And then we have selenite to protect this space and then each individual space in their own workings. So that's my idea of a family or magical healing altar section. And it will have like handwriting on a card for this particular person. This one has a piece of jewelry that they wore. And, they each have their own images as well, so that it is directly pointed at that person and it has a piece of them to actually work with. This one changes constantly. This is my magical working altar. This is my personal situation here. And you can see how it's set up. And this is feminine energy and feminine working powers. And you can see each element represented here. So I work with the female aspect of the divine. That is my operation. That is my energy. That's my modality. It can be different for each person, however you want to do it. So we have the sea, water. We have this little fire bowl with the crystals that indicate fire. Then we have earth, which is the flowers. There's another representation of water. We have the healing stone for feminine fertility to bring fruition. Here's rose quartz for love, labradorite to hold my fire bowl. Then we have our smoke for air, and we have I was instructed to make specific things for sound healing and clearing. That's my personal corner here. So it has my my crystal bag to charge for the day, and certain other crystals and notes and whatever for my intentions. Over here is my healing box of crystals that stay with the altar at all times, and they rotate in and out. This is some of my sacred herbs and things that I burn for specific purposes. So this is a constant working altar. This gets attention all day, every day, just about. Well, not all day, but it's in a private space, but it's also in a space that I come through often so that it will be a continuous symbiotic relationship. And on the bottom, this is my altar ingredients for my workings that I have going on. We have different types of wildcrafted things here, different offerings here for the goddess and different intentions. Here's my crystal bags, because I make quartz healing bags, crystals healing bags here in this section with the help of my altar. So this is my working area. So we have the different types of oils and things to burn, black salt, Palo Santo, holy water, black, different types of things that I use commonly for a lot of stuff, for protection mostly, blessing, clearing. And here is something else that I'm working on. That's a long story, but this is something else that's being worked on as well, that's sitting its time period. And I have a clearing box, which you might have seen me mention this a few times. And I put all crystals and magical working items in this. It goes straight through. As soon as it comes in the house, it goes in this. And it has a black cloth for blocking to make sure that my crystals underneath that are charging and powering aren't contaminated, so protection. And then I have raw quartz, selenite, shungite, I think that's how it's pronounced. So this is my charging box. So everything gets cleared and charged when they come in the house this way. I usually separate them in their own particular charging times, but sometimes I don't have that choice. And then that's how that's done. So it's got black salt in it as well. It's got, it's been sprinkled with holy water. It's been sprinkled with earth. And then these crystals underneath get charged and cleansed periodically as they need it. Some of the things that I keep on my altars at all times that I think is really awesome and maybe a good point. Oh, I forgot to show you this. On the side, these are my ritual jewelry that I wear during certain ritual, like when I'm putting together healing bags or ceremonies or meditating or connecting with the creator or universe and whatever. So different necklaces go for different things, or some of them are my protective energy necklaces that I wear in public. Each one has a different purpose. Sometimes they're combined, but like the big heavy ones like this one, that is strictly ritual spell working wear. It's too heavy and bulky and got a lot of going on to be a public thing. So some of these are power necklaces or things that I wear during the time of my workings. So there you have it. Here's a few examples of how you can do your sacred space at home or your altar. A few things that seem to be common that a lot of people can start with is I like white California sage. That's good for clearing and balancing anything. Palo Santo. I use bells for sound clearing and blessing. So I have different types of bell situation here. And little brass ones, different tones for different meanings. This is also something I made and was directed to make for clearing and energy healing and things of that nature. So I made this, wildcrafted this as well, and then made that, or this. So I have different types of sound apparatuses for whatever working I might be doing, or a meditation, or just to help change energies and frequencies, and for all kinds of things. But a bell and other things to burn and clear and purify are on there. Or it is like sending up a prayer when I'm doing prayer or meditation. One or both of these are burning, to embody my respect and my my wish and my desires at that time. So I always keep, blessed things that are commonly used on my altar. So burning stuff is in almost everything. I had a handmade candle I burned down on here that's gone, but something to burn, some kind of bell or rattle, any kind of idolatry symbol. Idolatry. That sounds terrible. Any kind of idol or symbol that you want to use as your focal point. Those are, I guess, the basics. And then whatever kind of crystals you like or call to you that can exemplify your particular energy and purpose for the altar. You can use calcite, different colors of calcite. Like this one looks like a good water representation. It's a blue calcite. So you can use crystals as your elemental representation. And I think that covers that. So, here is some Sacred Space altar ideas for you to check out. And I will flip the camera so you can get the whole view if you like. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. It won't go that way. All right. And then thank you so much for and if you don't have okay, a lot of witches don't have spaces. Excuse me. Or people don't have spaces to designate specifically for altars. So you can make something like this into a TV stand. So I have this as an example. You know, if you have a bedroom area that you can make a sacred space for, you can use your TV stand. I don't use it, but I thought that was a good idea because we have to be practical. Okay, and there you go. Just one last look. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day, evening, night. Bye.